Sure. Okay, so first, Reeza, just want to make sure I have your permission to record our lesson today.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to take myself out of the picture, so all we see is your lovely face. Okay, so we're going to start with a really good warm up technique, and then we'll launch into some of our repertoire. Um, and if so, this microphone is a different one than we usually have. So if the range is not as wide, if you can't hear anything I'm playing on the piano, just let me know,
Okay.
and I'll just angle the mic a little bit closer. Okay. But I think we're audio settings are good. Okay, so we're going to start getting our breath nicely grounded. So we're going to do some of our arpeggio lip trills. So okay, good. So I can see your rib cage is really expanding. I know it makes the nose itchy.
I know.
Rib cage is expanding. So now, as we're ascending upper register, let's give a little more space in the back, a little more space in the molars,
Okay.
higher frequency, a little more space in the vocal tract. So, and as we're breathing in, getting a nice lift in the palate in the back. Okay, so
Blah, sorry. One more time.
good. Good. And just want to check in that you are engaging the core.
Yes.
So releasing the rib cage, getting a nice breath in, and then for the onset of the voice, nice little firmness, little pull in the abs. Okay, good. So we're going to keep ascending. Okay, so here we go. Good. Make sure you got lots of space in the back between the molars, even if you want to put your hand there just to double check.
Blah.
Good. So really anchor the breath, hearing just a little bit, and I know we're getting a little high for Mezzo land, but hearing just a little bit of constriction at the top.
Okay.
Okay, much better. Good. I think you had a better breath anchor, a little more space. Good.
It felt much better too.
Good. Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, we've got a little constriction again. So make sure you got lots of space. So when you're inhaling, get preset that space nice and open.
Okay.
And let's see what's going on with your air pressure. So I'm hearing just a little constriction. So lots of space on a nice column of air, nice, good, firm core. Let's flood those vocal folds with air. Okay. Okay. So that was freer. So tell me what you did differently.
I feel like I focused so much more on relaxing everything when I was inhaling and then really focusing on pulling in. Um, I think my issue is like multitasking with everything at once
Yes.
sometimes, especially up in that higher register. My brain just kind of like forgets one part of it.
Right. Yeah,
So,
and it's kind of like this yeah, it's like that we need like the little whiteboard checklist. Okay, this has to be happening and
yep.
this at the same time. And when it's, upper register, especially, as I say for mezzo we're getting close to the top.
Hmm.
Um it's easy to get distracted and focus on just one thing, but then to the detriment of something else. So yeah, when it all just gels and you've got low anchored breath and you've got that abdominal pull for flooding the vocal folds with air, nice lifted palate and space in the molars, then that's kind of like the fine, everything just kind of gels, which it just did, which was great. Yeah. So that sounded much freer and less constricted. Good. Okay, perfect. So let's come back down. And so we're going to do one of our staccati
Okay.
exercises. Again, just getting in that muscle memory. Onset is coming from the core. Everything's starting below with that airflow. So we'll do, and we're going to start with a v, v. So we're going to get that core pull on the consonant V, like Victor. So
Hmm.
V, 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 V.
V, 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 V.
Good.
V, 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 V.
Good.
V, 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 V.
Okay, let me just give you that again, just for tuning. And I know you have your keyboard handy, so we're at B major.
Okay. Okay. V, 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 V. V, 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 V.
Good.
V, 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 V.
Good. And let's shift to a back vowel. Let's do a VOO.
Okay. Voo, 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 voo.
Good. That's great. You're gauging as we're ascending. You need a little more space in the back. So I'm hearing that and I'm seeing it. So good.
Voo, 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 voo.
Good.
Voo, 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 voo. Voo, 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 voo.
Good. Let's switch to an open E. So the open E, but very tall, vertical.
Ve, 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 ve.
Good. And just be aware of the tongue as you're sustaining that note, that you're not pressing on the back. So keeping that front of the tongue nice and free and released. Okay.
Ve, 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 ve.
Good. Jaw looks nice and relaxed, which is good. I know sometimes we have a little trouble with that tense jaw. Yes. Love the TMJ world. Okay.
Ve, 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 ve.
Good. And let's go to a va. So nice lifted breath. And we got that ah vowel all preset.
Va, 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 va.
Good. And just careful not to spread it because we're doing our classical singing now. So nice tall vowels.
Va, 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 va.
Good.
Ooh. Va, va.
That's okay.
Va, 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 va.
Good. And careful for the highest pitch that you're not singing. Yes, exactly. Yes, you probably saw you lifted your shoulders. So just
Yep.
stay low, anchored, grounded. Let the breath do its job. So tuning was just a little wonky. Yep. Yep. And just one more. Okay, good. Okay, so let's come back down. We'll do, let's see, we'll do just one more staccati. Let's do our kitty. So kitty, 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 kitty. So a nice little
Kitty.
pull, release, pull, release. So that we're engaging on that K consonant.
Kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty.
Mhm.
Kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty, ooh. Kitty, 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 kitty.
Good. And careful that we're not spreading the vowels, right? We're looking for that space in the back. So think of like an open I, uppercase I.
Okay.
Kitty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kitty, 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 kitty.
Good. But keeping the core engaged. Yep.
Okay.
So that's one of those things, you got the right vowel, but now let's not forget the breath is also important. Right. Good.
Kitty, 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 kitty.
Good. So towards the end, we got the vowel we were looking
Yeah.
for. Okay, we got there. We got there. Okay, so here we go.
Kitty, 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 kitty.
Good. So lots of k, k, k. Okay.
Kitty, 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 kitty.
Good.
Kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty.
Good. Relaxing that jaw.
Kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty.
Good. Is that feeling a little easier, a little freer, releasing the jaw, thinking more vertical, or is your
Yeah,
jaw?
it definitely feels a little bit easier as we go up higher to loosen my jaw with that with the first I in kitty ki. Um it just makes it much easier when we're a little bit higher to open my jaw because like I have to modulate that vowel.
Yes. Yep. The open eye. Yeah. Good. Let's see. Let's do just because we're hearing just a teeny bit of some tongue tension, a little bit at root of tongue. So we're going to do some of our just a few tongue trills.
Okay.
So just a 1-5-1. So nice breath and really slowly. I know these are fun. Okay. Yep.
Blah, blah, blah.
Good.
Blah.
Good. And you want to gauge your air pressure as you're ascending. So as your higher pitches are where the tongue's going to want to get a little over involved. And so just ensure you've got that breath anchor as we're ascending. You want to really just have that firmness in the core. You want to have that constant airflow.
Oh, it's so much harder than it feels. Like, okay.
Yep. You're good. Good. And it's about not just letting go once you've hit the higher pitch. It's about sustaining the air all the way through. So following through. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good. Much more consistent. Good. And real and the descending really slow slide down just to keep
Okay.
that constant airflow. Yep, that was okay. Yep. Good. We'll do just one more. Good. Yeah. So that tongue looks more released, and we'll get to see the effect of that in our repertoire. Okay, so now we're going to work a little bit on our legato and the matching vowel to vowel singing. Okay, so actually we'll start A major. So we'll start a little semi-occluded with on a Z. So we're going to do our 1-5-1. Good. Good. And let's open, still starting on the Z, but let's go to a Z. So again, we're gauging how much vertical space we need, space in the back as we're ascending.
Z.
Good.
Z.
Nice.
Z.
Good. And let's go to Z, open E.
Z.
Good. Next one, let's make sure we're sliding up. We're that nice little stretch out of the vocal folds.
Okay. Z.
Okay, let's try. We'll try one more time. Let's get a little more air in the bottle. And if you need water, grab water. If you've got a little phlegm there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Z.
Good. And make sure you're presetting that space as you're inhaling. Get lots of openness.
Z.
Good.
Z.
Good. Let's do a couple of back vowels. Let's do some zoos. Good. Good. One more zoo. Okay, and let's go to za. Good. Okay, let's get a little more air in. Let's preset that space with a nice lift. Lots of air, and make sure that core is really engaged because we got a little tense sounding up at the top, and we're not quite up to the top just yet. Let's try a different vowel just for curiosity. Let's see what a Z, a nice open eye, feels like up there. So we're doing an eval, but we're modifying it to get if it was more comfortable, that's good. But let's get a little more vertical. So eval, but we're modifying it so it's uppercase. Okay, good. Okay, so now let's use that nice release that you have on the E. Let's see if we can go, let's do a Z to ah at the top and see how that feels. So Z, ah at the top.
That feels much better.
That was substantially different from when we just did the whole exercise on the ah. Okay, so tell me what you did differently, what felt different. It's important to...
I think the vowel E, for some reason, it just like, for me, it sits so much better naturally than ah does. I mean, both obviously sit well, but like, I think the difference is I'm not as scared of the note when it's on an E for some reason. I think that's just a mind over matter thing, but I think
well, also I was going to say your E vowel is, I mean, the E is, it's a more forward vowel. So it's a little bit of your ah is, it sits a little further back. It's like a mid vowel. So it could be that you're covering it a teeny bit. So if you're not quite lifted and don't have enough brightness as you're ascending, you're going to put a little bit of a ceiling on that upper register. So getting that E vowel freer, a little more forward, you had a little more brightness. You weren't covering as much, covering the tone. I think that just got you in a better place for the ah. So let's do that. Let's do the Z to ah one more time.
Okay.
Good. And really take your time. Take your time so you can feel where that's going. So if you're just let's do it again slower. Okay, so now let's see if we can find that ah right from the beginning. So just think about it before you do it. Just think of the shaping you had inside, what was going on in the back, a little vocal tract shaping. So think about that before you execute the ah and see if you can find that same release that you had.
Okay.
That was good. Yeah, very different from the first ah. It definitely sounded tense at the top. Okay, good.
Mhm.
This is great. Good, good, good. This is what we want. Excellent. Okay, so let's try another one. We're gonna go right. We're gonna try right from the ah. So
Okay.
get that spacing that you need.
Okay.
Let's slow it down again.
Okay.
I think that helps you. Then you're not ba ba ba. You're not punching the top note. You're really spreading. You're doing a really wide. You're doing contemporary shaping. So let's
Okay.
stay tall. Okay.
Nope.
No. Okay. Let's try our E and see. Again, I know we're getting to the top for mezzo. Okay. Let's try an E. Z.
Okay. Of the whole Z, or are we opening up the
Well,
A?
let's go back to what worked before. We're going to do the
Okay.
whole thing on the Z eval.
Okay.
Okay. So it needs to not be so wide. I think you're thinning everything out. You're closing down space in the vocal tract by doing it really wide. Right? So we're going for that uppercase I.
Okay.
Even though, as I said, eval, but let's get vertical space. Okay, let's think about what's going on with your tongue, and let's check in on your air pressure. So you tell me.
I think for some, like when I go up to that higher register, I think I naturally want to spread it to make it easier, but I don't know. I'm gonna try making sure everything is like more anchored in my
Yeah,
abdomen.
and we could try this. I don't. So we could try a bit of a plie, kind of a bit of a knee bend or a plie, just to get the lower your lower core a little more
Okay.
engaged, and let's just see if that helps you. But then I don't like to rely on those things for I just we would want to get that engaged, but then we want to immediately be able to do that when you're just standing normally singing.
Hmm.
Okay, I think this is where we were. Yes. So as it says, you're ascending, just a little bit of a plie.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. How did that feel?
Feels
Sound?
a little bit better. I mean, like it obviously didn't fix everything, but I was
Mhm.
able to like I knew in my head, okay, I'm able to sustain this note until I finish the phrase.
Okay. And I think it was I don't know if it was necessarily that you doing a bit of a plie was doing anything uh very different physically than what you do.
Hmm.
I think if anything it might have just been it was just a little bit of a distraction for a second. So that's why I don't like to do too much distraction stuff. I want to let's know the function of the voice and let's go with the science of singing. Okay, so let's not do the plie. And let's just see we're going to try that vertical space. Okay. So, sorry. Let's do a little wee woo. Let's get some freedom up there.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that wasn't free. Woo! Slow down.
Woo!
So let's do a wee.
We.
Yeah.
Woo!
Without yeah. Do it without spreading. Wee. Very vertical. Yeah.
Woo!
Still getting a little stuck at the top. Try it again. Okay. That was freer. So let's just see. Let's just yeah. We'll just reset and let's try. We'll try another Z up there.
Okay.
Okay. As you're up there, can you try to can you give us a little more height at the back?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So Z. So we want a little more point up there. Just see
Mhm.
if that helps. Did that feel any different?
It did. It felt a little bit easier. I still feel like I'm spreading my vowel a lot though. Like
It
I
was
feel like when I lift, I automatically want to like spread my E.
but it was nothing like what you're doing before. I mean, you were
Okay.
definitely doing, it was a very, very horizontal shape and
Okay.
everything was thinning out. You didn't have enough space in the back. Okay. So that, I mean, this is very high for us. We're usually more contralto land. Okay. Let's come back down. Let's balance everything out with a little middle. So we're going to do a little descending legato. So we're going to do a little humming, very slowly. So lots of overlap, but slow. Okay, got better as you went through. The first were very.
Okay.
So
Okay.
little slurs between each. Good. And let's do a mat. So mats. Okay, so that was a very ambiguous vowel. That was kind of an vowel. So we're looking for mats,
Okay.
So let's say
Ah,
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 ah.
ah.
Okay, that sounds better because you were singing an so you're pulling everything down. You were covering. So let's go. Yeah, So it's not spreading. Sorry, it's not spreading. It's just ensuring that you're enunciating it correctly.
Okay.
Okay, that was good. Much more consistent. Good. And another ah. Okay, you got more towards the as you were. So you can see how there's a little bit of a trend here. So higher pitches, you kind of want to cover. So and it's
Mhm.
something we were working on, and that was impacting a little bit at the top. And that's why when we found that eval, whoops, that nice lift in the eval that helped your ah vowel, which you like to cover. So now we're at an so just be careful that the first pitch you're not starting it with this kind of woofy pull down. So and use the breath, get that nice open, lots of space in the back. Okay, so that was better. So you started first with your go-to, which is spreading the
Yep.
vowel, but then you're like, no, you fixed it. So that's good. So it was a little inconsistent. It was spread a little bit, but you realized right away that that's the way to get that ring in the vowel is not going to be from spreading. It's going to it's got to go on inside the mouth. So it's what's going on with the roof of the mouth, the vocal tract shaping, how much space do I have in the back, and how are you enunciating? Are you saying oh, or are you actually saying ah? Okay, so let's try it one more time. Okay, good. Much more consistent. Good. And let's do a back vowel. Let's do a moo. So careful of our tuning, our half steps. We're not, and we need those half steps for uh, our chanson.
Ooh,
Moo,
moo,
moo.
right?
Yep,
Okay.
yep. Moo. Yeah, so we're out of tune. Yeah, it's that one. Moo. That's the one where you lose it there. Okay.
Okay.
Still not quite in the
Ah.
pocket. So you got to hear it. Hear it before you sing it. Yeah, so it's that moo. We want the tuning there.
Okay.
Okay. Give yourself the. Can you give yourself the triad? It might be that you're just not hearing it through Zoom. So it's
Yeah.
a B major. Yeah, it's still out. Moo. So you're back to the tonic. Okay, can you sustain the triad while you're singing it? I'm not sure if you have a
Yeah.
sustain. Okay. Still not quite in there. Do you hear where it is?
Yeah, I do.
It's the tonic. It's the E flat, so the E flat down to your B. You're 3-1.
Okay. So
Yeah, that was better. So you want to be able to do that without relying on the keyboard, of course,
okay.
hearing that tonic. Good. Okay, so we need to move on to a little bit of repertoire. Okay, so so we're going to start with our "Must the Winter Come So Soon" from Vanessa. So, do you remember your character's name?
I don't.
Okay, so you're Erica.
Okay.
Okay, and you are Vanessa's niece.
Yes.
And so this is a very popular aria for mezzos. But in terms of Erica's character, it's not it's not earth shattering. Basically, she is wondering if the carriage that is has Anatole, if the carriage that went to bring their visitor will be able to make it through the snowy winter and that sort of thing. So she's worried about her aunt. She's looking at the weather and worrying if the carriage is going to be able to make it to their country estate, basically. So how about so you have a piano track.
Yes. See.
So I'm just going to get my sheet music so I'm following along. Let's do a little balance check because with Zoom, we don't want it prioritizing the piano.
Okay. So let's see.
Ooh, okay. So we need to fix that audio first because everything just cut out. So where is so that's on your telephone?
This is on my laptop. It's a second page on my laptop.
Okay, I think you should if your phone is handy, I think you should play it from your telephone.
Okay, let me see.
Okay, so I think we have the audio sorted.
Yes.
Okay.
Must the winter come so soon? Night after marks the passing of the days. It is a long winter here. Must the winter come so soon?
All right. Good, good, good. Okay, some good things happening. Some things we need to address. You are rolling your R's.
I am.
Yeah, you're rolling your R's. So we're singing Samuel Barber. We don't need to roll the R's, so we want to. That's one thing to talk about. Okay, and we're doing a little bit of. So we've talked about this before. That as soon as you start phonating on a certain pitch, we need vibrato. So you were doing a little bit of straight tone. So for example, on night, so you want vibrating happening, vibrato happening immediately. And so I think we're going to isolate a few little spots actually, because we're doing a little bit of spreading and some of the covering on some of the vowels. So you've got your binder there, right?
Yes.
Or you have sheet music?
I can pull sheet music up on my laptop because this binder doesn't have Must the Winter in it. So soon. Sheet music.
And I can screen share if you need to see it.
Okay, let me see. Da-da-da. Okay, got it.
Okay. All right. So we'll just do it without the piano a little bit because I want to address some of these little issues. So we'll go right from the beginning. So again, we're piano dynamic.
Must the winter come?
Yep. So sorry. Yep. You're flipping. Do you hear that you're flipping the
Yeah,
R? Winter. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Must the winter come so soon?
Yep. Good. So we got rid of the flipping on the R, but soon. So you started it straight tone. So again, not a musical theater piece. So we need that vibrating right away. Okay. So let's one more time.
Must the winter come so soon?
Good. There you go. Perfect. Okay. And let's jump to the next system. So same thing here. The second that you're starting at a piano dynamic, the second that pitch starts, vibrating, ready to crescendo. So we're on night.
Night after night, I hear the hungry deer. Yep, I did it again. I heard.
Okay.
I did it again.
But in terms of vocal quality, wonderful. So you had lovely dynamic. You opened up on the note. So let's one more time. And yes, let's not flip here. And okay, one more time.
Okay. Night after night, I hear the hungry deer.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so we lost a little bit of that. Okay, so we need each one of these lines to go somewhere. So so you started night, the E flat, the dynamic level was a little bit louder than the previous time. So the note just kind of sat there. It didn't go anywhere, right? So it's got to we have to develop that line. We need to have some kind of forward motion. So it's not just sitting. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so we got rid of the flip on here, but then it came back in dear. Yes. Okay. So let's go from night. Okay. So get the breath ready, be open. We're up at an E flat. Okay. Sorry. Okay, let's do that one more time. So what will help you is you need to breathe in the shape of the vowel that you want to sing.
Okay.
So you're breathing in, everything's really close. So you're starting it. You have this little tiny space. So and you didn't have enough airflow, so you weren't able to fully phonate. Vocal folds weren't fully closed when you started. Use the consonant, get the core engaged. Take your breath. We need to get that vowel shape. So when you're up at an E flat singing night, you're not trying to modify it, as you start the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So pause. So deer, so we're gonna have to in your score, you're gonna have to circle these, put a little highlighter, red, something. Let's see, night after night. So we need a nice T on the second night. And we need to lose the flipped R on deer.
Okay.
Good. So one more time. So vertical. Good. Okay. Where else did I want to? Yes, let's jump ahead. So we're on the same page. 1, 2, third system. We're going to do the same little pattern. So here on the E flat. So again, we want to get the breath, the vowel shaping that you want, instead of trying to find it after you've already started the pitch.
Okay.
And we're not going to flip the R. Okay. So here.
All the way down here in this forest. Okay.
Yes, here in this forest.
Okay.
Okay. We have to pause. So you're starting. So you're spreading. You're spreading again. So you've got this thin tone up there that's not you. So we're going more for an open E, right? So good breath. Here versus here. Wide spread. Okay. Okay. How did that feel? You had much better vowel shaping.
Yeah.
Good. And you want to your eighth rest before marks the passing of the days. Make sure you get enough air in there. I felt like you were a little bit short of air, so you were kind of pressing on days. Okay. So let's go from marks the passing of the days. Let's get a nice low anchored breath. So we're not pressing on days because you're running out of air. Okay. So marks the passing of the days. Yep. No, we're doing straight tone. Yeah. So we're not that's not stylistically accurate. So as soon as you hit days, we need vibrato. Okay. Okay. Marks the passing of the days. There you go. Good. And you're not holding the mechanism. So we know straight tone, you've got to hold everything a little bit. You're gonna give yourself causing a little bit of tension there. Obviously, if it's another genre, contemporary, that's stylistically accurate. But for this, we don't want to do that. You don't want to start a B flat or an E flat straight tone, because we're not having nice normal function of the vocal folds vibrating, everything free and released and airflow. That's going to get you really fatigued trying to sing an aria with that style, right? Okay. that was how did that feel? Tell me how that felt.
Better. Um, for some reason, I don't know why I convinced myself that the R's need to be flipped because I don't think I did that the first time we did this piece.
Yeah, this was new information. Yeah, I don't think we've done that.
I don't know.
That's okay. Sometimes just random things happen. But yes, we definitely don't want to do that. So let's make a little shift. So we're looking at some of our other repertoire.
Okay.
But you've got the basic info on what we need to do with this piece, right? So actually, you tell me what we need to do.
I need to make sure that I no more flipping the R's, rolling the R's. Really focus on specifically like making sure I'm not doing any straight tone, which I don't really know why I was doing straight tone. It's not usually a big thing for me, but it might just be like, fatigue from the whole week of classes, but I'll just make sure, I'm very adequately warmed up for no straight tone.
Mm-hmm. And it's just awareness to not, it's a habit, because you do from doing other genres that you don't want to bring those habits into your classical traditional repertoire. And the other really important thing is about your vowel shaping, to not start up on an E flat night,
Okay.
wide and spread. You won't have enough space in the back. So as you're breathing in, get that space all ready. So night here, you want to start it from that space versus here, wide and spread, right? Okay, good. So you can play around with those couple of things, very important things, and then we will look at that again. So let's shift over to your Schubert. You want
Yes.
to do a little bit of the Schubert, right?
The Schubert. Okay.
Okay, so let's see if we have talked about. Let's make sure we have the translation. Let's make sure we know what we're talking about. And before we sing it, I want to speak through the text just to make sure our German is still accurate.
Okay.
Okay, so just from this is not from my Dietrich Fischer-Dieskau book. The translations are just wonderful. So this is just from our international edition. So Rastlose. So I'll give you just this loose translation. So it's breasting through the snow, the rain and the wind in steaming gorges, through haze of mists, ever onward, without pause or rest. So you definitely feel that in the piano part, a lot of urgency, right? And of course, the vocal line. I would rather struggle my way through sorrows than bear so much joy in life, all that yearning from heart to heart. Oh, how it engenders its own suffering. And third verse, what then? Shall I flee? Take to the forests? All would be in vain. Crown of existence, bliss without rest. Art thou, O love? So a lot of longing and angst and trauma, but wonderful. Okay, so let's just have a little talk through the diction first. We'll just speak through the text. We're just going to take our time.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
And yep, sorry, and we'll stop and start as we're going through. If there's any issues pop in, that you can notate them right away.
okay.
Okay.
Dem Schnee, dem Regen, dem Wind entgegen, im Dampf der Klüfte durch
So let's pause a second. So let's get that Klüfte. Let's get that mixed vowel, a little more E inside. Klüfte.
Im Dampf der Glüfte durch Nebeldüfte immer zu, ohne Rast und Ruhe.
Good.
Liebe durch Leiden wollt ich mich schlagen, also will Freuden
So V. What happens to V?
goes to F. Also viel Freuden des Lebens ertragen.
Yep, good.
Alle das Neigen von Herzen zu
And
Herzen.
we got another V.
Okay.
Right.
Alle de sneigen von Herzen zu Herzen.
Good.
Ach, wie so eigen.
Hold on a second. Let's get the what's our Achlaut? It
Where?
sounded if the third system, beginning of the third system. Can you say the first word, the ACH for me?
Ach.
Yeah, because it sounded very much like Ach.
Oh.
No, not an advanced diction. Okay.
Ach, wie so eigen schafetet Schmerzen.
Mm-hmm.
Wie soll ich fliehen,
Oop,
wenn
what? What's the ICH?
ich?
Ichlaut, right. So again, it sounded very kind of ambiguous, almost had a bit of an ick sound. Again,
Wie,
no.
wie,
Okay, so let's go for V.
wie soll ich fliehen, weil der Verziehen alles vergebens.
Let's hold on a second. Let's just make sure. Say the Wälder. Wälderwärts.
Wälderwärts sehen,
Sehen.
alles vergebens.
Okay, good. And you got the V this time. Good for you.
Krone des Lebens, Glück ohne Ruhe.
Good.
Liebe bist du, oh Liebe bist du. Glück ohne Ruhe, Liebe bist du. Krone des Lebens, Glück ohne Ruhe.
Glü. Lots of E inside.
Glück ohne Ruhe.
Good.
Liebe bist du, oh Liebe bist du. Oh Liebe bist du.
Okay. Good. Okay. So let us sing it.
Okay, let's see. Why is it not playing?
And this is Josiah. This is the Josiah track.
Yes.
Does it have to download?
I don't think so. There we go. Dem Schnee, dem Regen, dem Wind, entgegen den Damm, sie Lüfte durch Nebel, Lüfte, immer zu, ohne Rast und Ruhe. Lieber durch Leiden, mutig mich schlagen, alles so will Freuden des Lebens ertragen. Alle das Neigen von Herzen zu Herzen, auch wie so eigen schafetet Schmerzen. Wie soll ich fliehen, werdet ihr wird sehen, alles vergebens. Krone des Lebens, Glück ohne Ruhe, Liebe bist du, Glück ohne Ruhe, Liebe bist du. Krone des Lebens, Glück ohne Ruhe, Liebe bist du, oh Liebe bist du.
Okay, good. Okay, so just working backwards a little bit. So on the Liebe, your sustained B, so you were vibrating, but the note didn't go anywhere. It sort of started at the same dynamic level and didn't really blossom. And you've got those 1, 2, 3, 4 measures to crescendo through. Okay. Mm-hmm. Again, just it's a sustained note. It's got to go somewhere. We've got to do something with it. Okay, so we had a few little diction things come in. I wasn't it's been a bit since we've done this, so I wasn't necessarily feeling the emotional connection to the text, which is quite important. But we want to make sure we're accurate with the diction. So our mixed vowel, so the du, so our U, umlaut, we want to make sure when you are singing those that they were as clear as when you're speaking.
Okay.
And some of our V, some of the V's came back.
Yeah, I noticed when I did that.
Okay. All right.
In my brain.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do again. Let's take out the piano a little bit so there's less distraction there, and let's do just a little bit a cappella, and we'll stop and start just to ensure that everything is very accurate with the diction. Okay. So we'll start with our dem Schnee. Okay. And if you need pitches, if you need any pitches, you've got your keyboard handy. Okay.
Yes. Dem Schnee, dem Regen, dem Wind, entgegen dem Dampf, der Glüfte durch Nebellüfte, immer zu, Rast und Ruhe. Liebe durch Leiden, wollte ich mich schlagen.
Okay, let's get that a little cleaner. Let's slow that down a little bit because it was sort of wollt ich mich, wollt ich mich, ich laut. Okay. So let's say that line first. The lieber.
Lieber durch Leiden wollt ich mich schlagen.
Okay, so let's put the pitches back. Let's slow it down just a little bit so we're not just skipping over the ich mich.
Lieber durch Leiden wollt ich mich schlagen, alles
Good. Okay. Keep it very forward, very dental, tip of the tongue, teeth, the lips, nice spitty diction. So let's bring that back up to tempo and let's see if we can get the ich mich as articulate as you just had it.
Lieber durch Leiden wollt ich mich schlagen, alles will Freuden des Lebens.
The V has to feel.
Feel, okay.
Yeah. So let's go back to the lieber.
Lieber durch Leiden wollt ich mich schlagen, alles viel Freuden des Lebens ertragen.
Good. Sorry, my fault. Alle?
Alle des Neigen von Herzen zu Herzen.
Sorry, hold on one second. Alle das. It sounded like you said des.
Alle des Neigen von Herzen zu Herzen.
Yeah, okay.
Alle des Neigen von Herzen zu Herzen.
Sorry, the V came back.
Oh.
Alle das Neigen von Herzen zu Herzen.
Okay. Alle das Neigen von Herzen zu Herzen.
Good. Oh, hear what you were about to do?
I know, I stopped myself. I stopped.
Achlaut. Yeah, it's an achlaut.
Ach, wie so eigen Schafe der Schmerzen. Wie soll ich fliehen, Wälder verziehen, alles vergebens.
Yeah, good.
Krone des Lebens, Glück ohne Ruhe. Krone des Lebens, Glück ohne Ruhe. Liebe bist du, oh Liebe bist du.
Oh, let's fix that. So the Liebe. Yeah.
Liebe bist du, oh Liebe bist du.
Let's get the tuning.
Liebe bist du, oh Liebe bist du.
Yep.
Glück ohne Ruhe, Liebe bist du.
We're a little sharp.
Glück ohne Ruhe, Liebe bist du. Krone des Lebens, Glück ohne Ruhe. Liebe bist du, oh Liebe bist du.
Okay, nice low register. Good. Okay, so the Liebe went somewhere. The other thing, so we're out of time, but the other thing that we'll want to talk about in the German is adding some initial glottals on some of our ahs, our evals. So we'll go through that and determine where we can add some of those. Good. Okay, so takeaway. So tell me your takeaway from this. The diction.
I definitely can tell that I haven't really focused on this piece in a while. Like I can tell mentally that I haven't, because it's like the super little things that I used to get tripped up on when we were first learning it that I am now again getting tripped up on. So like, for example, what page is it? The last page, the very top, that Liebe bist du, oh Liebe bist du. Do you remember when we were first learning it? I would always get so mixed up on that fourth for some reason. And I did it again. I think I also am still, like, I still on and off try to find a the proper place to put those mixed vowels, because I think a lot of time when I get caught up in my head, I forget that they're actually mixed vowels and I have to place them differently than just a regular like ooh.
Hmm.
So I definitely know now that I need to focus on those more specifically.
Right. And ensuring the difference, the distinction between the ich laut and ach laut. And I know German is your hardest language, so that's why we're doing lots of German repertoire to conquer it. Ich laut versus
Yeah.
ach laut, right? And then making sure that the are von, wie, von,
Mhm.
um, and just being clean with those. Yes, yeah, and the mixed vowels, they were much better. First, they all of the dufte sounded like an u vowel, but you
Mhm.
had that e tongue u lips. You had a much better mix as we went through. So good, 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 wonderful. So we will